Welcome to another Insider Special Report. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm joined by the mighty Joe Yeager. Mighty Joe, man, we're about a handful of practices into fall camp. You know, football is just, what, 3 weeks away now? It's just, I mean, we're knocking on the door finally of another season. And we've both been out to practices. We've both been out to media availabilities and talked to some of the members of the team. I just want to get an idea of like your initial takeaways of the 2018 fall camp.
Yeah, just, you know, very general sort of stuff, but you know, I wouldn't put too much stock into it because it's pretty early and everything. But you know, on defense, you know, I'm seeing an active defensive line, a unit that can shoot the gaps and penetrate and create a little disturbance and some trouble there in the backfield, which is a good thing. What I saw of Jet Duffy looked good, better than I expected. So maybe he's back on track, you know. We'll just have to see if that's something that sustains itself throughout camp. But if it does, then he becomes certainly the odds-on favorite to win that position. We're all going back and forth on this so much.
I was going to say, actually, I want to hear more from you, but since she's brought that up, I've actually been more impressed with McLean Carter.
Wow.
We were like opposite going into it. I was like, it's Jet. And I'm not saying I'm not feeling that way still, but I'm just saying I've been more impressed with McLean than I was in the spring, than I ever was in the spring. We got a lot of access in the spring. So
Right. So, you know, it's just, when you're just getting bits and pieces, you know, and you're not watching all the time, you have to be careful with it.
Yes.
But you know, that's based on my short time out there. And then another thing that I saw, what little glimpses I've seen of Tajon Henry.
Yes, I agree.
Really like, and I'll talk about this a little bit more in the mailbag that we're going to shoot and everything like that. But I think this guy could definitely be a factor, and based on what I saw, he's going to help out that running back position.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he's going to help in the return game. And then Sir Roderick Thompson, the other freshman running back, I've seen him now in 2 different linebacker and running back drills where it's one-on-one with a linebacker where he shook the opposing guy. The first time was the first day of fall camp, and there was no pads, but still, you know, it was Braden Stringer, a veteran. And then on Monday, he was matched up mano a mano in pads with none other than Jordan Brooks, and I don't think Brooks touched him. And we're one-on-one drills, and it's not that much space. I think they had like 5 yards. The bags were, you know, away from each other, and Sirajo put a quick move on him, and I'm really impressed with his combination of size and quickness. I was high on him when they signed him, I think more than anybody that I've heard, and I'm even higher on him now. So I don't know how much he's going to play because there's a lot of players in front of him, but I think he will play. He's going to have a career at Texas Tech if he stays on that path. And then for me, you know, you talked about the defensive front. Amazing. They look really good especially for Texas Tech. The wide receiver group, though, wide receiver core had got kind of a lot of, I don't want to say criticism, but there was a concern there, and justifiably so after losing 4 guys to the NFL. I mean, absolutely, I understand. But I actually feel a lot better about the wide receivers after seeing them in fall camp. TJ Vassar, yes, he'll still drop a pass here or there, but he's also making plays. He looks good. He's put on weight. Seth Collins is going to be playing at Y. He's an athlete. I mean, I don't know what your impression was of him when you were out there, but he's a lot bigger than I was expecting. He's a big dude at Y. And then some of the other guys, I have faith in Daquan Bowman. I think he's going to do a good job at H. I mean, I think he's firmly in there at the starting position there at H. And then at X, you know, you have a lot of guys, a lot of candidates to replace that position there. For me, Antoine Wesley's a guy who I know impressed you in spring, impressed me as well. I think right now he's not getting as many reps because he had a hip injury, but he's still running through. He's just not doing the contact. And Kingsbury said he fully expects him to be ready to go September 1st. So I think Antoine Wesley's definitely a guy to watch for. So I think receiving core, if they find the right quarterback, of course, I think it'll be a much ado about nothing. I think fans are going to be really excited about. And I think one of the most important reasons for that is I was kind of skeptical of Jaden High and Zach Austin coming back from these pretty significant injuries, but they both look pretty good out there. You know, Kingsbury told me they were going to be healthy, and I tell you what, they look healthy. So if that can continue, if they can stay healthy, they give you a lot of, I mean, they're both 6-year seniors. They do have experience. That gives you experience depth that I think was as much of a question as anything with this receiving corps. So
yeah, well, you know, Cliff Kingsbury would certainly agree with you there on the receiving corps, because I mean that's one thing that I've gotten from him is that he thinks, hey, here at Texas Tech we have wide receivers. That's not going to be an issue for us. Those guys are going to be able to do the job. So he's completely confident in that group, and we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't even mention the freshmen too, like Eric Ezukama. I know that Coach Emmett Jones expects him to
Milo Royals.
Milo Royals look really good in the spring. So I mean, you have some guys there, some real talent there. It's in size. It's going to be a big group for sure. So I think some of that may have been overblown so far in the offseason. But great stuff from you as always, Mighty Joe. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time.